Hello, my name's Kai, and today I'm going to show you how to install your clone large structures code. So this is a code me and my friend Bart made because the way the current clone command works in Minecraft as of the current version, um, it only allows for an area of 33,768 blocks, which is basically a 32 by 32 by 32 cube. So this code basically would let you do in theory, any size, though the humongous signs may not be able to run a render. Now I'm going to put some asterisks here. One, this, oh, there's my dog in the background. Hey, Mama. One, this is not the most efficient code. I am not a coder by nature. There were some bugs in the system that I had to do some patch up, and it's just the method it uses is not the best, but hey, we got what we got, you know. I couldn't, second asterisk, I could not find anything else out there that does this. If you can find one or make one that's better, let me know, because I'm finding myself doing this type of thing a lot, and I could use it. And if you're inspired by this, maybe throw us a little credit. And finally, this only works if you can render in an area. So if you want to do a clone area from somewhere across the world to over here, you're going to need someone else rendering that area over there. I've ran a server on Aternos doing that, and just two people in a giant area seems to have done the job. It kicked one of us out, but one of us stayed on, and it loaded in just fine. So those are my asterisks, unless any more pop up into my head. So let's get started. So first, we're not actually going to begin the game here in Minecraft, so I'm going to get out of here for the moment. We actually start in this spreadsheet. Now, I'm going to have a link to this in the chat, a link to all the downloads in the chat, and also within this Google Drive is an Excel sheet of that Google spreadsheet in case it, crashes from too many people going on or whatnot. Okay? So here we have the code. Now I'm going to first explain just how the coding structure works, just very briefly. Um, the idea is you have a giant volume, you need to split it up into smaller volumes, roughly 32 by 32 by 32. This code, again, not as efficient, 30 by 30 by 30, because there are some bugs in it that made things too big. um, and the way it works, it starts off with the first section of it in an x coordinate. It'll work its way from the bottom up, doing chunk by chunk by chunk, 30 by 30 by 30. Once it's done, it'll move on to the next chunk on the x-axis, go all over, and like a typewriter, go to the next line on the z plane. And eventually, it'll make the whole thing. But in Minecraft, because this uses data pack mechanics here, it'll lag for a little while, a good while sometimes, and then pop it all out at once. Here, you want to put, actually, let's go in Minecraft to get some coordinates for a moment. So I'm here. It's very laggy because it's a giant structure with a giant render, and I have a poor Mac trying to just record video as well. But I'm going to skip past this and just explain briefly. You're going to do one corner, that's the bottom left or top right, just one of the corners, and then the other corner. So I'm going to be doing this bottom left bit here, and I'm going to do the far top bit over there, basically outlining the whole structure that I want to clone. So I'll be right back, and I'll have all the coordinates for this. I forgot to mention one more thing. Please, please, please back up your world before using this, because although I've tested it and it's been working fine for me, I don't want to feel bad if someone else's world out there gets messed up because of this. So please, please, please back up your world before you do any of this. And final other thing, you're going to need a destination coordinate as well. So I already got the coordinates for this huge, laggy, big structure over there. And I want to put it kind of in this direction. I'm going to start it off at this point I'm standing here. Oh, and then have it go that way. So I'm going to get these coordinates of where I'm standing, the x, y, and z. And then I'm looking in this direction, and notice it's in the positive z-axis and the positive x-axis. We're going to need to remember that later. All right, I'll catch you all in a moment. Hello. So here we have all the data we need to enter, and the clone commands we'll get out of this. So I plugged in one corner of the volume we want to clone, and then the opposite corner, the destination block, and then towards the positive x, y, and z axis. So I noted what the positive x and z axis there meant. Positive y means I was on the ground and I'm going to have the volume go upward. If I did the negative y, it would be cloned into the ground and I'd be at the top of it. We also have replace/mask and force/move/normal options. These are just general clone command options. I'll let you look into that on the Minecraft wiki on your own time. And then we have a general info box here with sea level, the maximum blocks it can handle, and the cube root of it is actually 32, I believe, but 30 was what this could run. Now, I have all these clone commands on the right side here, and so I'm just going to copy all of those. Now, this is about, hold on, let me just copy this. Boop. Copy. And then if I go back to the top, you'll note that this is 195 commands. That's a lot, so it will take some time. This is a structure I'm using to kind of show off the mechanics. Doing structures that big, it's cause for lag. There's a reason why there's those limitations in the code for how big clone commands can be. Now, in a perfect world, for better programs out here, I think the minimum you need is 97, so whoever can figure that out, props to you. Now that I have this, there's two options. One, find a command generator online that can combine commands into one command using command blocks, minecarts, blah, blah, blah. I found that all of the ones that I could find out there are outdated and don't currently work for me, at least in the snapshots. So this is why we have to use this other option, and maybe you'll learn how data packs work in the meanwhile. It's very straightforward, don't worry. So I'm going to go here in my other tab, which I have linked. This is the Google Drive that has both the files you need. So we have the Excel sheet and the zip file for the clone large structures. Now you're going to download that, and I'm going to open up my Finder here. Sorry for the lag, my poor Mac is trying to do a lot of things at once. And here are my Minecraft worlds, my save folder. Again, I'll put the world download for this place in the description. But here you want to make sure add a data packs folder. That's going to allow you to use data packs. You're going to put the zip file in there and unpack it so you can get this CLS file, clone large structures. Now you open that up, put that there, open this, and all the way at the end of this chain here, you're going to see this one main.mc function. Now, I'm sorry, but to do this, you will need some sort of a program that can read code. I use Sublime Text. It's pretty functional. I had some problems if it was just a text document. I don't know if that should work anyway, but Sublime Text is a good option to read this. So I'm going to drag that into there. And we're going to open that up. It's going to load for a moment because I got a lot of things here going at once. There he is. So it's basically going to say cloning large structures. It's going to let you know it's going to take a while. And then when the command is finished, it's going to say cloning complete. So if it didn't say cloning complete, it's still working on it. Again, it might take a little while. You're going to replace this and paste in all of your clone commands here. Look at all this. So that's the data pack saying, these are the commands I'm going to do all together in that order. I'm going to save this. I'm going to minimize that, go into my files. This is actually, is this in the right world? Yeah, that looks like it's right. So we got all that there. I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to go back into our world file here. So we're here. Boop. Slash. Reload lets you reload. Oh, hold on. I need to have cheats on for this. Slash reload basically lets you just reload those files we put in and update them. So if you kind of messed up the coordinates a little bit and you need to update it, you can just go straight into the file, save that, and just do slash reload to reload the world's code there. Now I'm not gonna do all of it on camera because it might take like 5 to 10 minutes based off the size of this. But you're gonna do slash function CLS :main, and you're just gonna hit enter. So now it's going to take a little while, and I'm going to skip towards when it's complete. I'll be right back. And we're in the final bit. Now, before we look at it, I want to note that if you don't, if it says the command completed and it doesn't do what you want and something went wrong, I apologize for that, and just double check that everything was rendered in the first place. Back up your world before you do this, please. And if you don't see that function command in there, the one that you want to make sure your data pack is enabled. So I'm just going to type disable here so we can see what the words are for it. Oh, there it is. Yep. It's going to be called file/CLS. That's going to be its location. Make sure you enable the data pack if you don't see that. Now, for this large structure, it took about like 190 commands, something like that, whatever we said before. It took about 10 minutes to come in on my Mac, and it won't clone mobs, so make sure you're going to have to teleport them and do all that. This only works with blocks. And if we look around, that bit's just not loaded in here. So if we go this over here, this should load in. Oh wait, this was the original structure. You see the armor stands there. I don't think armor stands are going to transfer, though I'm not positive. Maybe they will. Oh, but there's mobs over there. One of these, I forget which is a clone structure now. I think it's this one. But if we go through and look through the windows, we'll see that everything here is intact. Even the fireplace is lit up. Random items like farmland might have a bit of an issue just because of the way it's cloning in. Little crops might break up. Here, again, I think we cloned it. We missed a grass block here, so make sure you include the block. Like if you want to include the ground here, I would make sure you're block deep into it when you check the coordinates. And finally, your lowest block in your initial specifications for the volume, you might want to make that equal to your lowest block in your destination. That way they stay at the same level with the ground. That aside, it looks like everything worked out. I'll leave all the relevant links and whatnot in the description, all the downloads, etc., etc., etc. If you make anything better off of this, give us credit if we give you the idea, but go for it. I will literally put a link to your thing if it's more efficient and works well. With that, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.